Hi, it's Kim here for a technique taster for Creative Scrapbooker Magazine, and we're going to create some backgrounds today using some simple products, and we're going to be making some cards. And we'll get back to these a little later on. I'm going to be using some MOMENTA cardstock, some Stampers Anonymous stamps, as well as the Brea Reese glitter inks for this. We're going to get started by using some mixed media paper. I like to use the Dylusions mixed media paper from Ranger. It's nice and smooth, so it will be great for card making. We're going to shake our glitter ink really well. I have these little plastic, they were packaging from something and I don't even remember what, but they're great for doing this. We're going to put a few drops into each one. So for the first background we're going to make, we're going to do a watercolor effect. And we're going to start off by lightly spraying our mixed media paper. I've got a jar of just plain water, and we're going to use lots of water. Don't be afraid to use water, and just randomly add color. You can spray your mixed media if you want to move the paint around. I don't know if you can see that, a bit of a glare because it's so shiny right now. And then what I like to do is take another piece of paper and sandwich it together. And then what happens is you get two beautiful pieces of background paper. I'm going to leave these to dry, and I'll show you one that's already done because I'd really love for you to be able to see the shimmer on this because it's absolutely spectacular. I'm going to put those aside, and then we're going to do another background. I'm just going to do it on a smaller version here of mixed media paper, and we're going to add a little bit more water to each of our leftover ink. And for this, we're going to take a fan brush, and we are just going to splatter. I'm going to take the brush that I was working with and just tap, tap, tap. Now, all these splatters right now just look like wet paint, but when they dry, they have a gorgeous shimmer to them, which makes for a beautiful background. And that was beautiful on its own, and then I thought, you know what, a little bit of contrast would be nice on this. So I'm going to pull out one more little dish, and I'm going to use the Brea Reese Heavy Body Acrylic Black Paint. And we just need a little bit of that, and add lots of water. Don't be shy with the water when you're using watercolor techniques. We are going to again tap, 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 and that black adds a beautiful contrast to the colors. And I want to show you two that are already completed and dry that I did earlier. So this is one of the watercolor effects with the shimmer on here. You can capture it a little bit in this light. It is just stunning, and I love the way the colors kind of blended together when I smooshed them. And every time you do this will be a totally different effect. This is the splattered one, and I don't know if I can move this closer. I can, and it will stay in focus. This again is beautiful, and the shimmer from these inks is incredible. So once you have these backgrounds done, then you can stamp them and use them as layering pieces for your project. This is the card that we will put together, and I've used the colored background on some MOMENTA cardstock with the splatter and Stampers Anonymous stamps. Here is another one that just uses the colored background with the black contrast Stampers Anonymous stamp as well. I really love this one. Here's another one I did. I stamped a little border on there, cut it out, used a stamp on the cardstock with a sentiment. Easy, easy. And here's one more, again using the color in the background, the speckle on the front, and I've stamped on top of the speckle. So let's put one together. When you're positioning your stamps, it's nice to get different colors for different effects. So kind of be thoughtful as to where you're placing an image like this that will give you wings and a body. And then I will just put my sentiment down the side. So I have a card base already cut and folded. I've used the MOMENTA cardstock. This is kind of a brushed organic style of paper pad. It's 8 by 8, so it's perfect for card making. And what I love is I get the color, but on the inside it's white, so I don't have to put any more on the inside because it's ready to go for a sentiment. So I love that for this. And let's cut this out. I don't worry about being too particular about this. What I've got ready here is our card base, and we're going to do some simple layering. And we'll add some Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. This is the Easy Runner Grand. I will never run out of tape when I'm doing a project. And then for the bird, we're going to pop it up with some foam squares from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. And there you have a fun, colorful card. Two easy backgrounds that you could use for mixed media page, for cards, for scrapbooking. Give it a try.